Harrisburg's Broad Street Market is on a new financial path to rise from the ashes of a fire last year. Thanks for joining us for Fox 43 News at 10. I'm Amy Lutz.
And I'm Evan Forrester. Tonight, the Market Board approved a new financial plan to keep the popular Broad Street Market open. Fox 43's Ryan Yee live in Harrisburg outside the market tonight with the latest details of that financial plan and what comes next.
After months of discussions and negotiations, the Broad Street Market Alliance Board of Directors that now includes vendor representatives have voted to approve a 25% rent increase for its vendors. It's a mutual agreement that all parties involved say is a big step forward in keeping the iconic community space alive.
Its brightest days are ahead.
The future of the Broad Street Market has become clearer.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye. The Broad Street Market Board of Directors voted unanimously to approve a new financial plan that includes a 25% rent increase for the market's vendors. The approval follows a decision in early January to suspend a nearly doubled rent hike to keep the market afloat.
25% is still a lot. That's a big increase. But it's survivable for most businesses.
Theo Armstrong, founder of Zero Day Brewing, was one of 3 vendors voted in as vendor representatives on the board. It was a representation that did not exist during the first rent hike proposal and one that existed this time around that allowed both parties to come to a fair conclusion.
These are the first times a lot of us have seen these numbers and been a part of that process and been invited to the table to come up with a solution that each side gives a little bit, and I think that's how the best deals are made.
Board members agree.
The vendors are the ones who really know their businesses, and having their input is essential. They know best oftentimes of what they need, and I think working together as opposed to oppositionally will make things move much more smoothly moving forward.
The need for a new financial plan was expedited after a 70% loss in revenue from a fire last July put the Broad Street Market in a $160,000 deficit for the upcoming year. However, the 25% increase in rent, along with cost savings, a tentative payment agreement with utility providers, and a $30,000 donation from the William Penn Social Association, has bought the market time to come up with a longer-term solution. A solution both the board and its vendors are confident they can come up with.
I don't think any of us as small business owners, especially through the last couple of years, aren't used to looking at numbers like that and figuring out how to survive.
Survive in a Harrisburg community they know they can count on.
The community is why I think most of us set up business in Harrisburg, and it's why small business thrives in this city. It's heartening. It's definitely not surprising, though. It's what Harrisburg does best. They show up and fight for what matters.
Now, after the rent hike, $71,000 is the number that the board and the market have to come up with to cover operation costs before cash flow is expected to run out in July. They're considering a number of different options, including changing to a new property service management company that did attend tonight's meeting and offered some of its services for free. A special meeting to approve that change has been set for next Wednesday. Live in Harrisburg, Ryan Yee, Fox 43 News.